Many mysterious codes have proven themselves to be too hard to crack, even for the greatest minds in history. But one unsolved puzzle managed to stand out among the others, because even the Central Intelligence Agency couldn't solve it. But as new clues are given out, can anyone finally solve this puzzle after decades? Hi there, welcome to our channel. In today's new video, we're going to explore the cryptographic puzzle sculpture named Kryptos that is situated within the walls of the CIA in Langley, Virginia. Currently, only one of its 4 coded messages remains unlocked. The first is a self-composed poetic phrase, the second hints at buried content, and the third is an excerpt from Howard Carter's diary. What could the last code possibly tell us? Before we try to figure out the mysterious Kryptos, have you heard of this code before? Tell us in the comments below. So what is this cryptographic sculpture, and who built it? In 1990, Jim Sanborn crafted a sculpture known as Kryptos, destined for placement at the CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. This artwork, standing at a height of 12 feet, made from weathered copper, granite, and wood, takes on the form of the letter S, designed to resemble a sheet of paper in the process of being printed. The sculpture is adorned with intricately encrypted words, divided into 4 distinct sections, each employing its own encryption method. When pieced together, these 4 deciphered messages form a cryptic riddle. Sanborn utilized the Vigenère cipher for the initial 2 segments and a transposition cipher for the third. Remarkably, even after more than 3 decades, the 4th section remains undeciphered. It's worth noting, however, that Sanborn is not a professional cryptographer, but rather a sculptor by trade. The central concept behind this sculpture revolves around the idea of intelligence gathering. It was officially unveiled and dedicated on November 3, 1990. Kryptos incorporates materials that are native to the United States. Sanborn's artwork, Kryptos, begins at the entrance of the new headquarters building and extends into the northwest corner of the courtyard within the same building complex. In the past few years, Sanborn has offered various hints regarding the potential meaning of Kryptos' 4th section, but despite these clues, nobody has managed to crack this captivating enigma. So, who exactly is Jim Sanborn? Herbert James Sanborn, widely recognized as Jim Sanborn, was born on November 14, 1945, in Washington, D.C. He completed his undergraduate studies in 1969 at Randolph-Macon College, where he pursued a double major in art history and sociology. Later, in 1971, he earned a master's degree in sculpture from Pratt Institute. Sanborn's artistic creations have been showcased in numerous prestigious museums, including the High Museum of Art, the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, and the Corcoran Gallery of Art. Furthermore, he has undertaken artistic projects for various institutions, such as the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, and most notably, the Central Intelligence Agency. In 1990, Sanborn presented the CIA with a piece named Kryptos, a Greek term signifying hidden. True to its name, the meaning of Kryptos has remained concealed since its inception. Jim Sanborn personally composed the messages within Kryptos, which are concealed beneath a sequence of progressively intricate codes. During that period, the knowledge of deciphering the sculpture's encrypted messages was held exclusively by Sanborn and the former CIA director, William H. Webster. According to Sanborn, the sculpture's message delves into the CIA's tradition of secrecy on multiple levels. This includes the utilization of a system of ciphers developed by the 16th century French cryptographer Blaise de Vigenère, referred to as a Vigenère table, along with other codes that Sanborn devised with the assistance of retired CIA cryptographer Edward Scheidt. Certainly, the challenge posed by deciphering the codes embedded in Kryptos has only heightened the sculpture's fame. Over the years since its unveiling, substantial portions of the sculpture's message have been decoded, yet the translation of the 4th section has remained elusive. It took approximately 8 years for someone to step forward and claim they had successfully deciphered a portion of Kryptos' message. In 1998, CIA physicist David Stein convened a meeting to announce that he had cracked the first 3 sections of the sculpture's perplexing message. As reported by the magazine Smithsonian, approximately 250 individuals gathered to hear what Stein had uncovered, and he accomplished this feat using only pencil and paper. Around the same period, a computer scientist named Jim Langley developed computer programs to assist in cracking the code, which comprises classical ciphers, along with a few peculiar spelling errors and extra characters deliberately inserted by Sanborn to confound codebreakers. With that, the initial passage of Kryptos reads, "Between subtle shading and the absence of light lies the nuance of inclusion." Before we get to know the next few deciphered parts of the Kryptos, what do you think of the difficulty level of this code? Let us know what you think in the comments below. Moving forward, the second passage is considerably lengthier and reads as follows. "It was totally invisible. How is that possible? They used the Earth's magnetic field X. The information was gathered and transmitted underground to an unknown location. X. Does Langley know about this? They should. It's buried out there somewhere. X. Who knows the exact location? Only WW. This was his last message. X 38 degrees, 57 minutes 6.5 seconds north, 77 degrees 8 minutes 44 seconds west, X layer 2. In this passage, WW directly alludes to William Webster. The third passage, which is also quite extensive, contains another reference, this time to Howard Carter, the Egyptologist famous for discovering King Tutankhamun's tomb. It reads as follows. "Slowly, desperately slowly, the remains of passage debris that encumbered the lower part of the doorway was removed with trembling hands. I made a tiny breach in the upper left-hand corner, and then widening the hole a little. I inserted the candle and peered in the hot air escaping from the chamber, caused the flame to flicker, but presently details of the room within emerged from the mist. X, can you see anything, Q?" Sanborn has expressed that the mystery surrounding Kryptos has endured far longer than his initial expectations. At the outset, he had believed that the first 3 sections would be deciphered within a few years, and the fourth, most challenging section within a decade. However, after more than 3 decades have passed, the significance of the fourth passage remains unresolved. Sanborn, who is now in his mid-70s, has had to entertain the possibility that this puzzle might outlast his lifetime. There was even a time that he contemplated selling the solution through an auction and contributing the proceeds to climate research. Then, in January 2020, Sanborn provided another clue in an effort to assist potential codebreakers in unraveling the puzzle. He had done the same thing in 2010 and 2014, but he stated that the 2020 clue would be the final one. Interestingly, the fourth section of Kryptos is, in fact, the briefest, containing only 97 characters. Nevertheless, its brevity hasn't made it any easier to decode. In fact, its succinctness could, in itself, pose a decryption challenge, as noted by Edward Scheidt, the cryptographer who aided Sanborn in creating the code, in an interview with the New York Times. Heightening the complexity of Kryptos' fourth passage, the text in this section also employs a technique known as masking, which further obscures the message. The precise masking technique used by Sanborn and Scheidt isn't entirely clear. The initial hint was provided in 2010, consisting of the single word Berlin, which occupies positions 64 to 69 in the ultimate passage. In 2014, Sanborn disclosed that the word clock fills spots 70 through 74. The last clue, located at positions 26 through 34, is northeast. Despite this clue being unveiled 3 years ago, the puzzle remains unsolved to this day. Among the many people who have dedicated themselves to solving the Kryptos, Alanka Dunan could probably stand out among the rest. She is a game developer and cryptographer who has curated an extensive repository of contextual details about the sculpture. She also manages the largest and most renowned online community of Kryptos enthusiasts, which boasts thousands of members. If you're interested in attempting to decipher Kryptos on your own, you can start by exploring Miss Dunan's comprehensive website, and you should also read Kim Zetter's work at Wired. Dr. Bauer provides an in-depth explanation of how the first 3 passages were decoded in his book titled Unsolved, The History and Mystery of the World's Greatest Ciphers. Miss Dunan has raised the possibility that the fourth passage could ultimately remain unsolvable, suggesting that maybe he did something really unusual. Nonetheless, these extra letters might suffice for the current Kryptos community or a talented newcomer to uncover the plain text of that final section. However, this won't mark the conclusion of Kryptos' mysteries, as the complete text contains a riddle. In Dr. Bauer's words, he explained, "There will remain an additional enigma, that when you combine the 4 passages, they possess a significance that transcends their individual components, and there's something more to decipher." The sculpture extends beyond its copper engravings. It includes fragments of Morse code scattered throughout various elements near the artwork, such as a petrified wood pillar, a swirling pool, slabs of granite, and more. The complete mystery of Kryptos might encompass the broader assembly of these pieces and their interrelationships. Dr. Bauer further remarked, "This is the artwork that continues to reveal new mysteries." There is a good chance that the code's solution may be put up for auction in the near future if it remains unsolved during Sanborn's lifetime. However, with the recent disclosure of the final clue, it's possible that efforts to decipher the code will gain momentum again and grow more stronger as time passes. How about you? Will you share your thoughts if someone will be able to crack the code before Sanborn decides to put it up for auction? Let us know what's on your mind in the comments below. If you learned a lot in this video, give it a like, click subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.